Abusia, it looks like the NDC for a reset Ghana and way too much. There's some more reset here, didn't come for 3 settings. You say, oh my God, what the hell is happening?
Reset, reset,
This video is going to be about the dollar versus the cedi and then the troubles at Diabuba.
See, dollar you cry me. I didn't because sound because see, no, dollar my party I told say do 20 cedis and no. Oh God, over $2,000 because it's sign cedis.
I'm halfway came for the fact is that the dollar right now is not doing so good. It's not doing so good. The cedi born left and right. And Abusia, it's good for the normal Ghanaian, and at the same time, very bad for some amount for Abusia modeling in business or get paid in foreign currency.
You didn't have to brag that you have the men. You didn't have to brag that you have a solid economic management team. And yet, within 5 months, you have been able to bring the dollar down from its knees from 17 cedis down to 10 cedis.
Kwame Eugene on X, or see we beg President Mahama for slow down small. My dollar reserves all they go waste. I'm happy and sad at the same time. Business have won all these troubles.
Reset.
Now, Abuja, let's get to the details of this matter. Ghana, majority of stuff where Buama Ghana no, ye importing free outside the deba. Over 80% of normal Ghana ye use no, nina ye imported.
Reset. And
the names ye imported no, near all of the normal in the government deba. There are private businessmen and businesswomen or mu import no amaba.
Reset.
No more mu import no aduane, nkonya, ntade, petrol, a whole lot of stuff. And because whatever you be import to be ano, yen tuan in Ghana cedis, ye tuan in dollars in intino. If there's a dollar in form and very fast, drastically like INR, Abusia had a massive problem back at least to the business community.
Don Mahama yesrawo. Sisi abogus ye 10 and 10. Wo de baby wona ye 1083 eye. Wo de mayan fight we akakra be 2 years. Hey. Na se ne nya mutade ne kai. Ya ba 1:1 ya se ba gas robu fie o.
And Chaya na Ghana band the bars so comati fuel so truck drivers and tell more prices so.
Me patro anope, have you reduced your prices?
Me patro there be.
DPRT you say so. Transport Ministry say so 15%.
Almost until lorry fare so. But your course aboso kind of magazine no. And all those fitting shops no. Obi ante na dia na man na say your tomato atutum.
Truck drivers and some of them are comply because they have no other option. And some of them are also saying that they are not going to do it because Okwa boso kan amonti omo normal so. Nipa only provision shop abusiane no mo ntete so. Nti die ntia taxi drivers and truck drivers there. Omonti omo normal boso.
I think that what the drivers are doing is that they are not being fair to Ghanaians. They are not being fair to they themselves.
Again, wa Ghana, if there's a dollar na bafum, and after the normal boy, nso abubafuma, that makes sense. That is working in line with the dollar and the cedi and whatever. So that's really a problem behind him. But here is the situation: say dollar number from, but the prices of goods and some services, are still now baby, and that is a massive problem. If say the dollar keeps going down and down and down and down.
Reset.
We hear the business community na naso be or what Ghana ni na Ghana ni biano. Yeni budget cedi no at least a be stable. But it looks like say I don't know. Bad neighbor from it's not stopping each and every day biano. It keeps dropping.
If you ask the NDC to point out exactly what policy they have implemented that has resulted in the appreciation of the city, they cannot tell you one.
And if they drop, at which point, and I didn't feel is okay, a stable, baby, I wanted the car. You get me?
And somebody says, point to one policy that you have implemented to make the city appreciate. And I said, one policy, it's not about one policy. The answer is effective leadership. With effective leadership, we can turn this economy around and create a better life for our people.
There is one guy who tie videos on TikTok. I mean, when the video be I think it's earlier of this month, I know say the dollar no a better 9 cedis. I was right now, the dollar is at 9 cedis.
But I can tell you as a businessman, by the end of this month, from where I'm sitting, I can tell you boldly, say dollar no a better 9 cedi.
That same guy, me, when the second video was here, be my watch, I said the dollar no. In the next 3 months, you do a dollar no, a better 3.5. Are you kidding me? 3.5. That is just ridiculous.
Maybe I can't dollar one asem. Me catch them say by the end of this May, dollar no be 9 cedis. And the year bow. Mama me catch them by July ending. What them be 4.2. And dollar no, omo target here 3.5. Stabilize the dollar.
Now I don't think it's a bit to me, but to that level, because I saw Joy News post this about President Mahama Ocherese. Some people say it will come to 1 Ghana cedis to $1. No, that's extreme. We will eventually collapse our export sector if that happened. Yeah.
And so I don't envisage that. Some people say it will come to 1 cedi, $1. No, that's extreme. We'll eventually collapse our export sector if that happened.
So to some extent, you know, so man finger deal we and so man massage deal we ya busuya. Ebetimi ha Ghana kasa regardless of say ebefum and emefum.
But I think that the governor of the bank has an eye on it, and if it goes below a certain floor, I'm sure that the Bank of Ghana will make an intervention to make sure that it remains within a certain band that gives the true value of the cedi against the other foreign currencies.
See, I make a say some bogus if are not sending money home because say, you know, the dollar rate, you know, I was above from way too much than before, no. Ebia for, you know, amount for upkeep, ebia busumi bia send you a muska. We send $100, no munye bia 1,500 Ghana cedis. Right now, no send the exact same $100 now. They get like 970 Ghana cedis. Just a losing in value way too much. Until a bugger for bebrene chance okay. A best stabilizing as rising, then they can keep sending money again.
John Mahama yesrawo. Se si aboges ye 10. Wo de baby wona ye 1083 eye. Wo de mayan fight we akakra be 2 years. Na se ne nyamute de ne kai. Ya ba 1:1 de na se ba gas ro fie o.
And Ghana when it comes to remittances, some man for what brochire send this kakuma do for Ghana using tap send of course. Abusia eno no so contribute to Ghana GDP, which means eno no boa ma Ghana. Yesi ka sem hye. So if that brochure for stop sending money to Ghana, that is a problem also.
So don't panic, and if you haven't changed your dollars already, I don't know how much further lower it will go, but the governor has an eye on it, and we'll see how things go.
Send a medic in Yakano. We any business not dealing dollars, euros, or pounds. Right now you are worried, and if so outside Ghana, now you tell Kabo Sume. Now send some of that money to investment to Ghana. You are also losing money seriously without even doing anything.
Recently, I watched some publications that they say the MP people say if them when they make dollar come down because as they said that policy, what go do we? What this thing go do we? If President Mahama come, we can stop it in government. When they do them away, leave them. As people there, you know if you bring dollar down. As people say, you know if you bring dollar, if you arrest people. Mr. You arrest me, OJ, as you broke up power. That was one of your policies. We will arrest Shatawale to jail. It was in your policy, it was in your manifesto. And think that helped Ghana. That didn't help Ghana.
Now, to properly make this make sense to you, let me give you the figures. What 2022 January, beginning of 2022, not dollar, at the 6.4. 2022 January. Yekwa ended the year 2022 December, was a dollar and a quarter, and could do 15.5. Yeah, at that time, they now send the dollar Kakrebia, when you see this baby. $1 back, see this baby. But now, things are not the same.
Reset.
Yeah, but 2023, dollar and a firm from 15.5, but around 12.5. 2024, yeah, end the year, and they were 14, 15, 16 more. And then, yes, sir, buying a stable, yeah, for about 3 months. Right now, for the last month, dollar not dropped from 15 point something, I was about to at the recording of this video, at a 10.3 on Google. I was Ghana banks, kind of say forest browser. Some of them are even giving it to people at 9 point something. Not even 10. Now, this is where it becomes very concerning for the business community, because amount for now, me import to about more big businesses for Ghana, some of them import to containers in excess of over 100, 200.
Reset.
So imagine, say, we are that no $10,000 ever be at China. Now, they buy. At the time, no, you are $10,000, next city is near 15. Right now, 1 month later, city near 10. So without saying no money could get it to Ghana, and I was selling even one item import for no man our order. You've already lost 5,000 Ghana cedis without actually selling anything.
Reset no reset no.
So if there's a dollar number from to that level, and then if there's any penny no man where you can't air ban by Bedru Ghana, you can't expect that person, you know, to say okay, dollar number from so you sell till normal boss, and then the people will comply. That is not going to happen.
Let me take the opportunity to commend those of you who have responded to the cedi's appreciation by reducing prices of your products and services, and thereby passing some of the relief from the hardship to Ghanaians.
So that is the reason why it's becoming very difficult for business owners to limit and not reduce their prices, because say already no already can't order that and now government na dollar number from a motete no maboso no. There is no cushion for the business owners to make sure it's okay. I don't lose serious amount of money, even though they've lost serious amount of money. Now, a man for where we are so persuaded more time million and also you have to have multiple businesses. What kind of minimum amount for being more or more filling stations? Your amount for being more or more daily, importing containers, heavy duty containers, about 200, 300 containers. Some of them import about 1,000 containers in one go. What I say? And the thing is, let's take the petrol side, for example. Nipa no ekwa to petrol ne car. And afeni dey beba. Sometimes you gotta pay ahead of time before it gets to Ghana. And unim that our Ghana, and yet Ghana, all the filling stations in and a government uni. Some of them are private businesses. Into now koko ada de na boarding na eba beduru Ghana no. E be beduru ya ban say ya tifu well no boss. You have no say in that. And that is not just it, but also the dollar no asian before. So they've kicked you twice in the balls. Your boss sure me you are losing money and there is nothing you can do. Seriously.
The cedi recently has appreciated in value, and it is the result of close coordination between the fiscal and monetary, between the central bank and the Ministry of Finance. And it is based on the forex auction and demand and supply.
Because Ghana, so far, Kurana dollar number firm no. You see the president pleading to a man for some money to a normal boss. And they are not going to do it simply for the fact to say, no man mudika or that they are boarding and Sankurana dollar neighbor firm. So you can't expect them to say okay, dollar number firm to normal boss. That's the reason why they can't do that.
GPR to you, thank you very much. And so for those of you who have not responded yet, please pass on some of the cedi appreciation to Ghanaians.
At some point, even though it's a dollar number firm, no, you may see the one require normal buono, a bequasoro crack before the normal stabilize. Because almost stocks from Medicaid or Dano, and sending in our bano with him selling at a boarding price. And the second time, maybe on Bequako import to normal BM. No. If there's a still not the dollar and the baby are done as a stable, then they can, go with the new prices. And that can take about 6 months or even more.
What happens is the Bank of Ghana does the forex auction, finds out how much cedis are in the system that need forex for to pay various bills and others. And those who want the forex bid on the auction, and the bank strikes the average and takes the cedis and makes the dollars available.
The only thing I'm betting me control is okay. Yatifu well boso. So ma muchi trot Texas near Mosmonte Mondieso. And that is basically it. ABR the for wall like cement that I don't know, but that is basically never gaining more traction. Trot prices. Ghana ni pado se never trot. I know there's a whole lot of people far. But there are a serious amount of people who are almost on one cars. And the guy cannot, and you're beyond a work camp. What I say. So, and you're beyond a benefit from set trot for a term of face. But that, it's a start. So I get it.
And so it's not like somebody is deliberately forcing the dollar down. It is the result of the bids that is finding what the true value of the cedi is. And I believe that it will arrest where the true value is based on the issues of demand and supply.
And in my opinion, one thing the government is to the business communities, and at least when it comes to a month for import to no man the banner. Import duties and taxes are more general ports, some containers, Bono at least in Quantia no so buoso, and Maomo, a basana, at least the business people also sees okay. I didn't buy, tax import duties are not here. For example, 1,000 Ghana cedis now buying their baby at 700 and 750. So at least yes, you know man, you consider kakra. Say the bear, you know, a jumapa, a buying person, you know, at least it will be felt by the normal people. But import duties now, I think that the baby that swinyanti. This is if say no one so, but the only thing you've done is reduce the dollar. Already now, matro say the business person, they can order no man time and now dollar and was no. Nipa na bokada and then nipa na ban now no buy no money from the port now cause a dollar na for my to that true. But again, still the person is not getting any benefit from that.
Reset.
And sometimes when it comes to the importers, for example, you see the Ghana government right now I'm a who say China for bit me import no ma de apa Ghana about beton. And when that happens in Abusia, those Chinese people no are competing with Ghanaians. Over Europe right now, ko US, wherever. Chinese are taking over everywhere. Shop kesia o come out to hey naka Europe, this non-store channel. Ubekwane akala omunye from China for na babeje.
Reset.
Those people, our government can actually give them loans to go and invest in other countries. Because, they want global dominance. So if a normal Ghanaian na wait me out die 10 containers, ABA maker says, any panel China, and I offer those containers, yaba. And you are going to compete with Chinese themselves. It won't work. I was at the end of the day, or no China when in baby a cheap goods in our China will be a better so you can't compete with them. But in our case, and I'm the government, some of these companies not tax cuts, because we be a company for the first 5 years, I think. What Italy is saying. I was your some tax cut to be, especially if the amount to have within the year, NSCD a certain amount. And I believe that Ghana or something similar. That's part of the reason why I because a company way or they do gem fee, a dear better also they do yaw. Was a son and now turn to a different person. Send a bear that 5 years kind of limitation on cheap tax, they will still keep kind of benefiting from it. So China for your strategy back on and because of that tax cuts, at least in my opinion, be multiple companies and businesses. That's part of the reason why Ghana, China malls are starting rampant. China shops are come a bit autonomous. And some of importers, Ghanaian importers, they go to China and import those stuff. Instead, China for one de bar. Obviously, the DS is going to be way cheaper than the Ghanaian import from China.
Reset.
And the thing is, illegal or Ghana. If there's a new on China and India, a bit me open that business and say for a bit me a Ghana and EB, no, the India company, but clearly sir, the money behind a Chinese money.
To see our bogus, you're 10. Would there be a 1 year?
So Ghanaians competing with Chinese or Ghana. It's next to impossible. They are going to win easily. Because even with Europeans and they still kick their asses and take over their shops. So how more Ghana afford to do a same businesswomen and not businessmen to do a same? Anybody may import 200 containers, 500 containers. Chinese people can do that at night.
So don't panic. And if you haven't changed your dollars already, I don't know how much further lower it will go, but the governor has an eye on it, and we'll see how things go.
And Ghana and free tete, it looks like always foreigners enjoy Ghana more than young as a Ghanaians. When it comes to stuff like business stuff, right now,
Reset.
What I would say about this government, at least based on normal more with the dollar neighbor from the account, they are thinking about the normal Ghanaian, which is always good. That is what we want. Previous years in your videos of my say NPP4 were thinking of future instead of focusing on the normal Ghana for na bleedy right now. Advice any what you say. So if this government here glass roots type of government or make sure say amount for work ground at least okay, it's fine. Now what kind of dealing, Juma we and you see this won't share any problem with this type of stuff. But to some larger extent, because of the dollar rate, it affects everybody. But more we bring in, so it's fine. But so daily in dollar on a day-to-day basis, without you actually doing anything right now, you are losing money. Over $10,000 right now at our bank account tomorrow, you are still losing money. So it's very difficult to also think, okay, and you'll be switching is and come back to see this. You see, that will be the good thing to do right now. But again, some people are still holding up. There are some transactions you have to do in dollars. So sometimes, as a business person, you have no other option. So I get it, so the government represent the normal people in the field. But again, the business people also of Ghana, those are the people who fuel the growth of the country. Because when it comes to business, government is not doing all the businesses in Ghana. Your private companies or my employees, some of the normal Ghanaians, businesses. So that means that the business community also needs to be catered for, at least, be given some kind of an incentive, kakra. Because I know that the research in the course, but before they be through the level of business people, no best stop so lose this scanner. It's not just now, and it's going to take a little bit of time. And in the meantime, what is the government doing for them?
Reset.
Because if you ask all the business people, right now what they care about is not even about say be a dollar number for man as you. They want certainty. Say okay, dollar no from yatiase, but be a badru 80, it won't go below 8, and a badru 10 and a 9, it won't go below 9. But if that day in there to be a best solid, you are not sure of yourself. So I say, in as much as they will lose this scanner, you don't know when that losing of money is going to stop. And that for any business in Abuja is very tough.
Reset.
And I really do hope, say, a time will come, the finance minister or the president or whoever will come and talk about some of these things, measures they be more putting in place, and realistically, here find a dollar ni draw a best stop with. Now for the young okay.
And so it's not like somebody is deliberately forcing the dollar down. It is the result of the bids that is finding what the true value of the cedi is. And I believe that it will arrest where the true value is based on the issues of demand and supply.
We all want what is best for the country, for the cities, but to some extent, Senate President Mahama Kasakan will dispose to them. Say I'm sure you not say mad any perform way too much here. It will be next to impossible to invest in Ghana. And when that happens, that will be a way serious problem that we're facing now. Let me watch your comment section as well.
I don't envisage that. Some people say it will come to $1 $1. No, that's extreme. We'll virtually collapse our export sector if that happens.
Tap send. The numero uno mobile app. I will betim just send this car command off for Ghana. So Italy, Germany, Europe, USA, even Dubai. Now person send this card the brand of Ghana. App where so use tap send. Apple App Store and Google Play Store na downloading right now for 2 phones. Because how they send this car command of BR. Until we levy untiashe exchange rate was so. It's fast, it's secure, it's all the good things and mouth trouble. Almost security a top notch. And I first time I could download the app now you see send this car. Ubo code Magraheb Shema. Depending on baby I want, you better see a chowska. I'm at the ska was sending on. There was just only starting use to tap sender. Make can form our neck. If you know more mobile wallet, I was your bet me load do no with ska. The times was I was send this kind of command for Ghana. Now nothing I be connected to bank. Debi. Or tap wallet the fast and analyze what send ko. Tap send the abusia mean to me can form enough. This is when you see tap send ya. Apple App Store and Google Play Store na downloading right now.
Tap send. Papa no.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for videos like this every day. Till we meet again, abusia. Adios.